Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Boxing Podcast. So the Liam Smith Anthony Fowler press conference has gone down in Liverpool today, and it was spicy, wasn't it? Liam Smith refusing to shake the hand of Anthony Fowler. I have to say, I'm going to give my prediction, and it's probably not going to be what most people predict him. A lot of people are looking at Liam Smith's CV going, he's fought Canelo, he's fought Liam Williams, he fought the Russian that many feel was a very close fight, and Liam Smith won. Eddiehearn alluded to a robbery today, which I don't agree with, but a lot of people are passionate that he beat Kurbanov for the WBO welterweight title. And they reckon that he's just too good, too experienced for Anthony Fowler, who of course lost to Fitzgerald. There's no question about that. But that's his only defeat in what I believe 20 fights, 16 fights. So people are making assumptions that Fowler has no chance in this fight. And he hasn't fought anyone of Liam Smith's level. Maybe not. But what he has got is a steady, reliable, excellent trainer in Shane McGuigan. What he has got is steady improvement, development since that defeat to Scott Fitzgerald, 2 years ago. What he has got is a hard-working training regime. What he has got is the fact that he's in his prime. He hasn't taken much damage. The only fight he's lost, as we know, was a Scott Fitzgerald fight, which, let's be honest, was a 50-50 fight up until the last round where he got caught. I feel Fowler is getting better. He was very impressive last time out against Muller, where, under Coldwell, he was a headhunter, and he'd rush in. He'd just try and get you out there and he'd gas out within 4 or 5 rounds. With McGuigan, his variety's improved. He's not just trying to head hunt you, but he can break you down with a jab. He can break you down to the body. He's also picking his shots more. He's also got a higher guard, so he's getting hit less and countered less. He's more methodical, so he's not throwing 100 punches around. But the punches he is throwing are more accurate and more damaging. He's sitting down on his shots more, so he's getting more sting. So there's been clear improvements. For me, Liam Smith's gone the other way. For me, he lost his last fight. Yes, it was a close fight, but I agree with the judges. He gets hit an awful lot, more than he ever did. He's wide open at times. And don't get me wrong, he's tough, he's durable, he's experienced. But he wants to make it a firefight against the younger, fresher man, the quicker man. And I think Fowler is just going to counter him and hurt him. I think Smith thinks he's going to wear him down, put the pace on him and break him down and stop him late on. I don't think that's going to happen. I think McGuigan's going to see Smith coming a mile off. He's going to develop a tactic where, Fowler will punch Smith no more than 2-3 times and hold him, frustrate him. I can't see it's been a pretty fight or an eye-catching fight, but it's all designed for Fowler. And I think what's going to happen is, like I say, he's going to stop Smith, tire him out, lean on him, and then eventually beat him up. I can see a Fowler late stoppage. I really can. And then you have to ask yourself, where's Smith going? Well, possibly retirement, because he won't get the Jesse Vargas fight. But maybe, I know I'll get stick for saying this, but maybe this is a checkout fight for him. Maybe deep down he knows he's on his way out. He talks about retirement. He talks about the possibility of moving on. And maybe this is it. Maybe, headlining crowd, Liverpool Arena in front of family and friends. Maybe this is the time to go, because where does he go after if he loses to Fowler, who he calls European level, not world level. You have to wonder, don't you? He calls this a step down fight for the money, a stay busy fight. So if he loses this, where does he go? As for Fowler, I think he's got more hunger as well. He wants to be where Smith's been fighting, for world titles. World champion Liam Smith. That's what Fowler wants now. He's got the hunger. And I think that could be the determining factor, because when it gets tough in there, which it will do, when it turns into a firefight at times, which it will do, it comes down to the man who wants it the most. Smith's been there and done it. Fowler's still hungry for more, and I think that could be a deciding factor. I also think he's a better boxer than he was 2 years ago. He's learned to pace himself, to mix things up, to just set traps, to be patient behind the jab. And Smith's in for a rude awakening, I feel, because I think at times he's still overlooking Fowler. He's looking at a Fitzgerald fight going, I can wear him down, I can break him down. But he's not seeing improvements under what I feel is one of the best trainers in the world, Shane McGuigan. He's going to have a solid game plan. He's going to study Smith. And Smith, hasn't had a steady trainer since breaking up with Gallagher. He's in the States, he's out the States. He talks about missing his family. And he looked a bit rattled at the press conference today, refusing to shake his Fowler's hand. Looked a bit agitated. So my money's on Fowler. I think it's going to be very, very competitive early on. Of course it will be. I think it'll be competitive middle on. But I think Fowler's quicker and he'll win the exchanges. When it gets to the firefights, I think Smith's too wide open. And I think Fowler's going to counter him and sting him, especially with that left hook of his. And I think eventually that will tell. And I think too much of a beating, I think Fowler's going to stop Smith. Even though he's tough, he's durable, there's only so many wars you can have. Smith's had a war. He had a war the last time. Whereas Fowler, since Fitzgerald, let's be honest, has been cruising. So I think Smith will quite rightly win the early rounds. I really do. But I think, unlike what some people are predicting, I think Fowler's going to catch up with Smith. I think he's going to hurt him. He's punching with more sting, more venom, and I think he'll stop Smith late on. I really do. And I think he'll retire Smith. I cannot see Smith carrying on after this devastating defeat in Liverpool. But he's had a fantastic career alongside his brothers. He deserves all the credit in the world. But I think timing's everything. I think Fowler's on the way up. I think Smith's on the way down. And that is going to be the deciding factor on October 9th at the Liverpool Arena.